30 kids. That's how many we turn away every single night because we don't have enough beds at our shelter. And what's worse is when the first rain hits like tonight. They come to us needing something to help them through the night. We give what we can, but almost always we never have enough. Winged Youth Services is a homeless shelter and wraparound services program serving at-risk youth between the ages of 12 to 24. We run the only adolescent shelter in Sacramento. At our drop-in center, we have hot meals, showers, and a place to sleep. But what's more important is that we provide case management and counseling services. We even have a clinic on site, and we help them get jobs. In 2022, Winged Youth Services served 2,313 youths in Sacramento. One of our success stories is Jenny. Jenny grew up in a troubled home. She was isolated by her parents, and she had no one. At the age of 18, she was kicked out and found wind. She used our shelter and housing services where we helped her get her first job and eventually her own place. Her second job is with Wind, where she helps us carry our mission by serving other homeless youth. That's how we break the cycle of homelessness. Let's not turn any more kids away. We're asking for $360,000 to add 30 shelter beds in Sacramento. That's $1,000 per kid per month for a year. Can you help us house a kid for at least a month? That will pay for the shelter, food, appliances, counseling, case management, and a sense of safety and security that many of us take for granted. That's priceless. Early this year, UC Davis School of Medicine conducted a needs assessment among our homeless youth as part of their residency program. They discovered that 85% of homeless youth do not feel loved by anyone, including their own families. That's heartbreaking. That's sad. As a community, we have to do better. We gotta show these kids that we care and that we love them. Will you help me show them that? Thank you.
Well said, Nicamer. Kelly, what'd you think?
It's fantastic. Thank you so much for sharing your story. I think Sacramento can do better when we know more. So now that we know better, we'll do better. Thank you for sharing that story. What I appreciated a lot was not only this beautiful story and coming full circle and seeing that there's hope after those really horrific statistics you started with, but I really felt that for $1,000, if I could make a difference, that's exactly what I'd like to do. I think a lot of people get their head wrapped around philanthropy and say, oh, I'm not a millionaire, I can't help. And this makes it tangible that you're actually helping this many children, say this many months, this many beds. You really made it possible for everybody here in the room tonight. Congratulations.
Thank you. Kim, thoughts?
Yeah, I really appreciate what Kelly pointed out. I think the other thing is, did you say you asked for $360,000? So about time we asked for what we really need, people. You've been asked to change the world with a roll of duct tape, and it's just not possible. So, $1,000 a month per young person that you serve, right? I still think $1,000 is a good deal. So thank you for asking for what it is that you're truly doing the math for us. Yeah.
Ms. T, take us home.
Okay, so Kim and Kelly dealt with all the money stuff. I'm going straight to love. You said something super important. Most often our young people do not know that they are loved. When they know that they are loved, they know that they are seen. And once they can be seen by somebody, typically it changes the way they show up in life. So the fact that you are helping them understand that they're important, that they're loved, I think that's humongous. Secondly, I like the way that you brought us into the shelter. That you guys have wraparound services, so it's not just a place that they're going to come in and lay their head on a rainy night. This is some place that you're going to give them the tools they need to completely shift the trajectory of their lives. And I know when you say things like break a cycle, but you don't say things like I'm going to empower you with a job so you can earn a living and pay $1 forward, when you don't say those things in conjunction with breaking a cycle, you're not really wanting to break a cycle. I know that you want to break a cycle because I'm listening to what you're saying, and what you're saying is, I'm gonna give you some place to be safe at night. I'm also gonna empower you to produce, and I'm gonna help you should there be any residual damage from whatever you went through trauma-wise, so that when you leave this place and show up in the world, you show up right and you show up strong. Thank you.
Nicamer, Tolentino.